The 28th of December 2021. Once again, UBC TV brings you lunchtime news. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and straight away into the bulletin, the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alopa, has commended the people of Kanyarero for being models of development. She also called upon all leaders to turn around all villages in Uganda on the same socio-economic development path. The Vice President was addressing residents of Kirenga Kanyarero in Kirohora district, where she was representing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at a fundraising event. She delivered the President's contribution of 60 million shillings towards buying land for a school.
The function took place at the family home of Charles and Janet Mugabe, where Vice President Major Retired Jessica Alupo was warmly received by Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs Hajat Nimisa Kabanda, the area Member of Parliament Wilson Kajwenje, the Bishop of West Ankole Diocese Bishop Johnson Twinomujuni, and the host family Mr. and Mrs. Mugabe. While delivering President Yoweri Museveni's contribution of 60 million shillings towards the establishment of a new primary school in the area, the Vice President thanked the people for being role models in farming, thus making the topography of the area very beautiful.
I would like to thank the people of this village for being model farmers. Every time I pass on that road, I see organized farms in this village. And that means from where these people came from, all those challenges they went through, they ran very far, but they came back here and became a model village. And now many people can come and learn from this village, including myself, so that we go and turn around all other villages to be organized like this village. Have a place where people are settled, but a big stretch of land for production. I'm sure you are dairy farmers here. And I would like to encourage you to continue with the same spirit. The Member of Parliament, the Minister, and other leaders, we have where to bring other people to learn from so that they can also copy.
She also thanked them for fighting a successful war in Luero, which has resulted in peace, stability, and the transformation of the economy of the country.
But I would also like to thank you for fighting in the Luero Triangle War. It is because of you that Uganda has now had political stability, economic stability for over 35 years. We cannot take you for granted. We thank you very, very sincerely.
The area Member of Parliament Wilson Kajwenje had earlier cited a brief history on the historic injustices that the area suffered, especially with displacement of humans for animal conservation and flies infestation, noting that the growth and investment witnessed here today is attributed to the long-term peace and stability ushered in by the NRM government. He said, as a constituency, they pledged their total support to the NRM government and President Yoweri Museveni because of the peace and stability the people here are now enjoying. Etole Eddie Archangel, UBC News.
Uganda police has banned festivities to usher in the new year in line of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Churches are advised not to hold crossover night prayers, and those interested in fireworks have been stopped. These directives were read by the spokesperson of Uganda Police, Fred Enanga.
Following the scenes while celebrating Christmas, Uganda Police has banned any celebration to usher in the New Year 2022 beyond the curfew time. This intends to control the spread of COVID-19.
We wouldn't wish to see any members of the public burning tires, trees, and causing and promoting breach of peace at midnight on our roads. We expect every Ugandan by midnight to be within the precincts of their homes and neighborhood.
The main activities of fireworks and crossover night prayers have also been banned.
Church leaders, pastors are also reminded that due to the uncertainties of COVID-19, all crossover prayers on New Year's Eve, that is usually marked by millions of Christians gathered in churches to usher in the new year, have also been cancelled.
Following ugly scenes of not following the existing directives to control the spread of COVID-19, police territorial commanders who neglected their work during Christmas celebrations will be sanctioned.
Where police officers or other security personnel shall have been found to have provided guard duties and facilitated a restricted activity under the health, in violation of the health protocols, those ones are going to suffer consequences.
In Kanungu district, police are looking for the organizers of eating competition, which killed one Sente Kolagad.
In this very case, the organizers were amateurs. They conducted an eating competition for the contestant to eat much food within a very short time. So we are now hunting for Salvan and others from Chibimbiri cell for negligent acts that caused death.
During the celebrations of Christmas, police registered 26 major incidents, which claimed 21 lives, arresting 10 culprits. Among these incidents, 7 were murder and 4 cases of suicide. Abdul Nasir Lubwama, UBC News.
Now, the joint UPDF forces of Uganda and FARC of DR Congo have finally captured the much-revered ADF Kambia Joa camp. The camp, located in Virunga Forest in eastern DR Congo, was used to launch terror attacks against Ugandans and Congolese people.
Kambia Yua is an 8 acres camp located in Virunga Forest in eastern Congo and has been accommodating over 600 ADF rebels with their families. The camp was captured by the joint forces without resistance and no effect on the joint forces.
Taken over this camp. We are going to use this camp to spray and look for these people. They will not go anywhere. This has been their strong position where they make everything. Now we are going to change a mode of operation, which I'm not going to tell you, so to make sure we go to everywhere they have gone.
Kambia Yua camp has been hosting ADF military trainings and Islamic radicalization activities, as evidenced by the literature found in this camp.
They were telling me that this time they are not going to eat the Christmas. It's a must, we have to do so. We left some forces behind to protect them. I'm assuring the people of the DRC and Uganda that they should put trust in us. We have all what it takes to work on to finish these people.
Bomb-making materials, 1 damaged laptop computer, 129 live rounds of PK machine gun loaded in the chain were discovered during the operation. 155 live rounds of submachine gun ammunition, 3 solar panels, and the register books were also discovered by UPDF. Colonel James Kasuli, the UPDF Mountain Brigade commander, said capturing the ADF camp is a big milestone.
We are not going to make them rest to look for what to eat. Either anger will kill them. The all options are 2. Either they report or they prepare to die. So people should be confident. We are going to continue doing a good job.
UPDF engineers are working around the clock, searching for possible improvised explosives bunkers for more crew on the enemies. Mbayo Katuta, Fadaka Brigade commander who is commanding the ground forces in Virunga jungles, say they will not give ADF rebels a breathing space. The joint operation against ADF was launched 3 weeks ago when a combined UPDF air and artillery force shelled Kambiayu, Tondoli, Bel 1, Bel 2 in North Kivu province in Virunga and Ituri in eastern Congo. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
Now, the head of UPDF counter-radicalization team, Kano Rokogota, has said security is not deliberately targeting Muslim community in the war against terrorism, but targeting wrong elements disguised as Muslims. Kano Rokogota was meeting different Muslim sects at Kitebi in Ruwaga Division.
The Muslim community in Uganda has been struggling to cope with the aftermath of twin suicide bombings that ripped Kampala last month. A team from UPDF counter-radicalization is engaged Muslims religious actors to counter violent terrorism acts.
Lwaki wesibirako bombu musiraamu? Lwaki ogamba nti banakuba bombu nja kubanga ngeze mu mujjana? Kakati abo tulwanyisa era ze benwanyisa abo abaalokoka ne basigaza amanya gaffe abo tubalwanyisize ddala ate batuwe ate amanyi omuyeekera nga amanyi waali ze musaba nkonerako katono nnyo obanga oyitamu ono omusajja.
The head of UPDF counter-radicalization team, Kano Rokogota, emphasizes that Muslims are not extremists and despise terrorism because they preach peace.
To work with the Muslims and address any grievances they might have, address any falsehoods that have been fed into them, misconceptions.
Kano Rokogota said the idea of Islamic extremism was a creation of bad elements and some opportunistic.
False narratives, hostile narratives that aim to drive a wedge between we the security forces and our people.
He said criminalizing the Islamic faith, it's not in the interest of the security forces.
The UPDF has defeated terrorism because it has worked with Muslims. So the UPDF can't shoot itself in the foot by targeting Muslims. There could be a mistake or two while arresting, but that is not UPDF way of doing business, and UPDF, when it realizes or finds out that anybody of us has tortured anybody or has killed somebody outside the law unlawfully, then we've always charged them and punished them severely.
The sheikhs at the meeting requested the security agencies to stop associating Muslims to ADF.
Abeetuma amannya ag'obusiraamu ne bakola ebikolobero mu mannya g'obusiraamu ng'ate si be basoose enkwata gye mukwatamu abantu mubasiba ereetera abasigadde ffe emitima okwewanika gamba n'okunyiiga okuyitirivu n'okukyawa.
Religious leaders are integral members of the civil society and key contributors to public and political arena. Mutesa Sera Haruna, UBC News.
It's time for us to take a short break and we will return with more news. Stay with us.
Everyone deserves more this festive season, which is why MTN Momo is giving you more Seku points on your MTN Momo withdrawals at agent locations. Get 150 Seku points for every 1,000 shillings spent in withdrawal fees. More Seku points means you get more free minutes, more free MBs, more free SMSs, and more free Momo Pay shopping. To use your Seku points, dial *141#.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy. The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Raising voices.
Like other fathers across Uganda, I'm standing up to say no to violence against children. I commit to give my children a violence-free childhood. As fathers, we can make Uganda safer for our children. I promise to speak out when I see violence.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising voices.
Everyone deserves more this festive season, which is why MTN Momo is giving you more thank you points on your MTN Momo withdrawals at agent locations. Get 150 thank you points for every 1,000 shillings spent in withdrawal fees. More thank you points means you get more free minutes, more free MBs, more free SMSs, and more free Momo Pay shopping. To use your thank you points, dial *141#.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Shoppers, we have a variety of items like gift hampers, foods, garments, cosmetics, and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience this festive season at affordable prices in our fully stocked branches in the following areas: in Tinda Stretcher Road, opposite Makere Business School along Port Bell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay safe, wash your hands, sanitize, and wear your mask always.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs.
My name is Mulage Swahod from Tororo District. I'm so happy that I'm a lucky winner of the 10 million Uganda shillings Man After Money promotion with Airtel. I can't believe it. It's just like I've been reborn. It's the best day of my life.
The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. As we look into business, trade wars are becoming more rampant in the East African region despite socio-economic integration efforts. With blockades and protectionism of the national economies, does the African Continental Free Trade Area stand a chance? Dennis Sigoa breaks it down for us in a feature called We Trade or Not Trade.
The Africa we want is a place where we have the confidence to dream and hope that those dreams will come true.
The percentage of trade between African countries is slightly over 16%. With the coming into force of the African Continental Free Trade Area on January 1st, 2021, there was a lot of expectation of rapid growth in intra-African trade.
From improving food security and conditions for traders to creating jobs and opportunities, especially for women, the free trade area opens enormous possibilities for a more resilient and prosperous African region.
This is a noble cause for the continent, but there are lots of barriers and issues to tackle. For East Africa, the East African community is experiencing trade blockades.
Yesterday, Cabinet agreed to reciprocate. Therefore, the Minister of Agriculture is going to identify which products to ban from Kenya. We have been very patient. We have been we have behaved like gentle people.
Although charity begins at home, retrogressive actions on regional trade paint a gloomy picture on a broader scope.
If we are failing to trade within just the community of about 5 to 6 countries, and then this is the year when we ushered in the African Continental Free Trade Area. So do you think, what do you see ahead? Does this AFCTA have a future?
It's a stillbirth. The African, whatever it is a stillbirth. Because if for the last 1.5 years our border with Rwanda is closed, and we have a lot, Rwanda and Uganda have a lot in common. But if the border is closed for 1.5 years,
actually it's not 1.5 years, we are about getting to 3 years.
Yes. Then it tells you a story about intracontinental trade, that it will not happen.
Kenya and Uganda's trade delegations have visited each other for fact-finding and verification missions, with meetings that declare fruitful and differences ironed out in joint communiques.
We have indicated to you, there are not many, actually there are so few, in the sense that when trade happens between two parties, occasionally you could find one small matter hapa na pale, and kwa hivyo tutaendelea kuzungumza na kutatua haya maneno.
But months later, cracks start showing.
The ban has caused prices for Uganda goods to drop significantly while operating costs remain high. Prices of eggs, in other words, chicks and processed chicken, have dropped.
The Kenyans, our brothers, who are not exclusive of the industry, they are part of the industry because they sell a lot to us. So if they break the chain, I don't know if they are aware that they can also easily collapse.
EAC heads of state seem aware of such cross-border trade challenges and sometimes issue tough statements.
Mheshimiwa Rais amesema hapa, aliomba sisi tununue sukari kwake. Lakini walisikia statement za waziri wetu kwamba hatutanunua, hatutakubali. Sasa that was nonsense. Mheshimiwa Rais, tutanunua sukari kutoka Uganda.
Argue that the statements are often lip service.
If Kenya bans our products, then you have no choice. You really have no choice. But it goes back to the weaknesses in our leaders not to appreciate that if they are going to work in one direction, they will definitely fail. Because if the Kenyan government now bans Ugandan products, what do they expect? They should definitely expect that Uganda will retaliate. And this is what is happening. I mean, it's only fair.
Regional trade wars affect the free continental trade agenda, which is geared at providing small, medium and large enterprises with access to bigger markets. Intra-Africa trade is currently estimated at a paltry $2 trillion per annum, compared to trade between Africa and the rest of the world, which stands at over $77 trillion.
Our fathers won this continent's political freedom. I believe it is now our task as another generation to keep the faith and complete our fathers' struggles, social, economic transformation for our people.
President Museveni should engage President Uhuru Kenyatta on a one-on-one and be able to say, look, this is not in the interest of our people, not Kenya, not Uganda, our people.
Dennis Igor for UBC News.
And in sports, Arsenal Football Club put up a 5-star performance in dispatching bottom club Norwich to consolidate 4th position on the Premier League table with 35 points at halfway stage.